Good morning. I hope everyone's well. I'm sitting out here just enjoying the day. It's a beautiful, amazing day out. Um, this one is going to be a little bit different. Uh, when I connect, when I talk, people, I think when I tell people that my ego argues with my soul all the time, I think they might think I might be bipolar or crazy, but that's not the case, and that's not how it works. You do have a consciousness. Your consciousness is your soul. Your ego, again, is your mind. They're two different things. The mind literally attaches to all the lessons it's learned in life, and then it tries to validate itself through the ego. Your ego wants to validate itself with other people's approval, with the approval of friends or family or workmates. I recognize that. I understand that. That's a life that I've lived in the past. However, when you connect with your consciousness and you remember who you are, you realize that who you are is perfect. Your soul is perfect. Who you are is amazing. Everyone came here with different talents and traits and abilities, and they don't need validation from other people. This validation literally just came because of what's been embedded in our DNA with our ego through millennia of existing, feeling like we needed other people in order to survive and thrive. And so that validation became something that set our place in society, so that we could be supported in the ways that we felt like we needed to, whether that be through gain in wealth or resources or whatever those things might have been. It's funny when you start to really go in, when you go inside, when you start to connect with your soul, when you connect with Creator, that changes. And what changes it is you realize and you recognize this world for really what it is. It's to learn about yourself and to remember who you are and to continue to grow in your understanding and your being. I some of the things that I say, some of the things that I talk about when I have these connections with myself in the mornings, they would probably trigger a lot of you. I don't post half of the things that come through. It's not that it's not truth. It's that my goal here is not to trigger you in some fashion in order for you to feel, feelings that you don't want to experience. It's really to encourage you on your journey. I really, truly just want to encourage you on your journey, and that's why I post these. Because as I went through my journey, I recognized how that finding encouragement around you was beneficial. And I didn't have a whole lot of that other than what I offered to myself. So I like to offer that to, to y'all, because I know that that's something that I greatly would have benefited from. I am going to say this. I need you to understand something. There's only one being on this plane that can save you. Okay? Just one. A book can't save you. Another person can't save you. The only person that can save you is you. In fact, all the books and I mean all of the books, talk about this. All of them. All right? All the books talk about the only person that can save you is you. So until that resonates with you, until you choose to take that path of saving yourself, you won't understand. You'll continue to try to find your validation externally. You'll continue to, stroke that ego. You'll continue to say, oh, well, I'm going to go listen to this person speak, or I'm going to read this book, and that's going to somehow change my life and make me feel better and connect me more. The connection's there. It's always there. There's an invitation for all of us to connect, whether you believe or not, whether you believe that there's a God or that there isn't a God. There is no argument that there is order, even order in all the chaos in the universe, which implies that there was some sort of intelligent design, whatever that intelligence is to you. There has always been and always will be an invitation to connect to that intelligence. It's the same connection that nature has to the intelligence all the time. There is no strife in nature. It doesn't worry. It doesn't long for the past. It doesn't fear moving forward. And so, I send that message to you. It requires you to choose the journey. Not everyone will choose the journey. It is not an easy journey. It's a difficult journey. And that journey does require, in my mind, solitude. Jesus talked about the solitude. He experienced the solitude. Buddha talks about the solitude. He experienced the solitude. But what you understand is fear. Your fear of that solitude is what prevents you from taking that step. Your fear of the things inside of you, the darkness that you have to face and see and heal. Those are the things that aren't, they're an illusion. They're not real. You see, I've been in solitude a lot over the last several years, and yet very few times have I ever been lonely, because I've always been connected. I've always had that connection. I started to realize that connection early on, and this is one of the really only times in my life where I've chosen solitude. It's not something that one naturally chooses. But we're in a phase and a stage in our evolution of our species that you can have solitude, and that solitude isn't going to bring you physical harm on this plane. It's just more mental, understanding what that solitude is, understanding what you can learn in that solitude, and understanding how you can grow in that solitude, and remember who you are. Become the best version of yourself. That's the invitation that's always there, the connection. And when you start to come out of that solitude, and your soul will guide you, will tell you when it's time. My time is starting to come, where I know that solitude's not something that will be in my future for very much longer, because I've already started to see things start to pull me back into society. When you come back a better version of yourself. You come back a happier version of yourself. You come back a more confident and comfortable version of yourself. You start to understand the world in a beautiful, beautiful way, and you accept it in that way. You start to really, truly see the divinity in all other people and beings around you, and you love those people for that. The anger and the hate and all of those like lower vibrating victimhood type feelings, excuse me, they all start to subside. And you can just be anew. It's a beautiful thing. And the invitation's there. I hope this finds you well. Hope you have an amazing Sunday. Peace. Till I talk with you again.